Yo, it's Trent. Hope everyone's having a good day, good week. Mondays usually suck, but it's kind of like a weekend thing or holiday, so a little better. But we got first fight ever, right? I was 10 years old. This is a good story, so stick around. That's what I meant to say. So I'm like 10, and I moved to this neighborhood when I was 8, right? So it took me a little bit, but in that 2 years, I had 4 or 5 friends, right? 2 of those friends were kids in the neighborhood. One lived 3 houses down, and he was my age, and we were tight. He was my best friend at the time, right? I only hung out with him because we went outside, and he was the only one right there, right? Then there was another kid who lived right next door to him, but he was 3 or 4 years older, so we'd hang out with him sometimes, but you know what I mean? He didn't want to hang out with us all the time, which is understandable. We're little kids to him, and we were younger, so we'd play basketball a lot with him, though, because all 3 of us had basketball hoops, but the older kid had the nicest one, so we'd always be there playing, you know what I mean? And usually what we'd do is we'd get 3, 4, 5 of us that are 10, 9, whatever, right, 11, and we'd just all play against him, and usually we'd lose, but he wasn't a dick or anything. He was always nice, he dunked on us, but he didn't you know what I mean? He didn't throw his elbow or his nuts into it, he just was playing, and that was fine, right? So eventually there was this kid that was kind of a mutual friend, and we went to the same school. We both played baseball, but I never really talked to him, right? And the few times I did, I didn't like him, right? And I know when you're 10, it's hard. You can't it's hard to say I don't like that person as a person, you know what I mean? Because you're 10. What fucking person can you be? It's just thoughts running through your head all the time, and you're a little kid. But I just didn't like him, you know what I mean? I thought he was annoying, and he argued everything, and you know what I mean? I wasn't a fan. But that's just my opinion. So, we're playing basketball. That kid's on my team, right? And eventually it gets switched up to where it's a 2v2 or 3v3, right? And the whole time, me and this kid are arguing about little things, but still arguing, right? I'm that's a foul, that's not a foul, that's out of bounds, not out of bounds. You know what I mean? We're just arguing. Eventually, my friend, the one I'm tight with, right, 2 or 3 of his sisters come outside, and they're just watching, and I don't know why I said that. That's just part of the story that I remember, right? They were just standing there watching, and the kid was guarding me that I didn't like, right? And he was bigger than me, but I was, faster, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? And so I drove in for a layup. He came full speed with his chest and just hit me in the chest, or hit me in the, chest, right around here, you know what I mean? It didn't feel good. It felt stiff. So I fell. I was oh, right? People were that's a foul on my team. He was that's not a foul. And I started arguing about what the fuck's that for, right? Or whatever I said when you're 10, right? But I was what the fuck, right? Basically. And he punched me in the stomach. Not hard, not too hard, but he just he just wound back and hit me right in the stomach, right? And it was probably 4 out of 10 power. It felt it wasn't that hard, right? But it pissed me the fuck off. And I don't know, I'm not the smartest person, right? But when I was younger, I guess so. My instant thought when he hit me in the stomach is, even though it didn't hurt, was stay lowered, right? So I grabbed my stomach, I'm oh, and I'm leaning over, right? But it really doesn't hurt, but I was just faking it, and I knew I was gonna hit him back, or it was just straight adrenaline and impulse, right? And he comes over, he's okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that, you know what I mean? And he's saying sorry. As he's saying sorry, dude, I came around and I was hunched over, right? I'm hunched over after he punched me in the stomach. He's Trent, are you okay? I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I just come up with a beautiful right slap, dude. Just bam, just fucking nailed him. And it was loud, and it had one of those slaps where it sounds like you hit someone's back or their stomach, it was loud, and everybody was oh, ooh. And then he ran at me, and we had to fight a little bit, right? And honestly, I don't think I got hit once. He was bigger than me, so he kind of he did a defensive tackle move, he just bull rushed me, and we both fell down, and then I just started throwing punches while I'm laying down sideways, you know what I mean? But they're 10-year-old punches, so it's not I'm gonna actually hurt anybody, but I hit him a few times, and then the kid's sister, because they're older than us, and the kid we were playing basketball with, pulled us apart, you know what I mean? But everybody talked about that for years. I don't know what I was thinking. I literally don't know why I did it, or, I got hit in the stomach, and even though it didn't hurt, I was so fucking mad at it that I was just like, I'm going to fake being hurt until he's close enough, and then I'm going to punch him, right? But for some reason, I didn't punch him, dude. I just slapped. I just completely open hand bitch slapped him, and it was so loud. I remember just the noise, and there was a big red mark on his face, and that's beautiful, you know what I mean? It's pretty funny. I'm not saying you should go fight everybody that bumps into you in basketball, but he hit me first, and, you know, I get he was saying sorry, but you shouldn't hit people, and, you know, I had to even up the score, so I say we're all good, right? But that's fucking funny. I don't know how I haven't told this story yet. Every time I see this kid, or I see any of them that we used to play basketball, we talk about this story every time. They're like, hey, Trent, remember when you bitch slapped whoever? I don't want to say his name, but they're like, remember when you bitch slapped him? I'm like, yeah, I do. That was funny. But god damn it. What are you gonna do, right? But hope everyone enjoyed, right? I know this is a short video, but I'll blame it on 4th of July shit going on, you know what I mean? I gotta go and take the dog to the vet. I gotta go to the store. I got a couple things to do. But hope everyone has a good day, good week. There'll be puppy videos, gaming videos, and what else? Let me think. That's about it. I was thinking about doing some walkthroughs for games. I'm just not sure which ones. But, alright, thanks for watching. Sub, comment, whatever, like. Be safe. Hope you can get high. And peace out.